is a place where you're allowed to be yourself, where it doesn't matter what you do, the rest of the world can't hurt you.
Home isn't about bricks and mortar. It's not about the place where you live. For me, home is the place that you go to where you feel peace, where you feel happiness.
So we're at Dreamland today for the third rehearsal of Crossing Over, which is a new piece I've written as a response to the migration crisis and the way people sometimes view people as the other when they've really experienced quite dire circumstances and don't have a home. And in order that I didn't portray an overly political viewpoint on this, because I do believe quite strongly and naively that borders are a construct, I am focused on this issue through asking people what home meant to them. So the piece explores views on expatriates versus migrants, and also there are interspersed sound samples from members of the public all over the UK answering the question, what does home mean to you? I found the piece quite difficult to write because at times it was quite emotional, and then I thought they're going to watch it and think I'm a sap. And normally I create works that are a bit ugly or a bit unusual, and this is perhaps not ugly and not unusual. And it's the first time I've created a work that uses live sound and pre-recorded sound. But in terms of the performers, most of the singers who are in the choir, about 50 people, responded to an advert for singers, and also some belong to choirs I already lead. And originally, when I wrote the work, I wanted it to be performed completely in darkness, because I feel that when we experience visual art, we don't hear it, we look at it, and I think that it can provide more of an immersive experience if there's no visual stimulus. Visual stimulus can be quite judgmental, and I just wanted people to hear the work before they saw who was performing it. Quite a lot of the singers have experienced migration as well, and some of them are quite vulnerable and nervous about performing, so I thought that might also help them. But on the day itself, with there being expensive art in the gallery, we can't just turn the lights off, so everyone in the audience is going to wear an eye mask, hopefully. I've just bought 100. Just do one more! I like working with amateur choirs because when I compose the work, I can really think about, I can embed how they're going to learn it in the work. So I don't just write a piece of music and then think, how am I going to teach this to them? I think about that as I go along, and it's quite rewarding when I can teach an amateur choir really complex pieces in perhaps 9 parts. And they can feel a really, well, often they report that they feel a really good sense of achievement for having achieved that challenge. So yeah, it's more rewarding and more challenging. Even though I've tried to not be too political, it is quite political. And at the first rehearsal, a few people left, and I don't know if that was why. But on the whole, they've responded really well. So the singers are practicing, they've got CDs, they're coming every week, they're singing and working really hard for quite a long time. And they seem to be quite passionate about it. are we going to do the piece, and I'm quite scared. We just had a run through and it went okay, so fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. There's been a few issues which aren't negative things, but they've impacted me in a stressful way. So I asked members of the public to submit clips answering the question, what does home mean to you? And I thought I'd get about 30 and I got 303. So that was quite stressful, editing all of that together into a manageable amount of time. But it's added a lot to the piece. The choir have come through, they've really learnt it. We had a bit of a shaky rehearsal yesterday. They kind of forgot it and then they remembered it again. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it and I'm looking forward to hearing it and how it all goes. So,
I think personally for me it's a lot about the sea and living and working so close to this vast expanse, and the idea of people travelling across it is mad, and I think there's not enough people talking about the crisis at the moment. So I think it's quite a brave piece. I'm surprised so many people are up for it.
It really makes you focus on, especially given where we live, the plight of people coming in and refugees. It's such a discussed issue in the area, and it's really good to focus on it and think about the people as individuals and individual human beings.
It helped me discover what home was and stuff like that, and it helped me understand what migrants and people would feel when they have to come over.
Anything that sort of raises the profile of people who are, you know, refugees, and I think is good.
My grandfather was a refugee. Singing it makes me think about what it must have been like for them.
My grandparents came from Europe and went to the States in steerage to escape famine and death and persecution. And then my parents and I came to England for a better life. So homeland and immigration, it's a key theme in my family.
Although on the surface you're excited about singing the piece of music, new music, but then you think about yourself and what home means to you and how important it is to you.
I love it. It's one of the most uplifting things I've ever done in my life.
So this is a choir that have been put together specifically to perform this work, which is about migration. It features 60 singers and 303 recordings of people from all over the UK and Europe answering the question, what does home mean to you?
Home is a place where you're allowed to be yourself, where it doesn't matter what you do, the rest of the world can't hurt you.
Home isn't about bricks and mortar. It's not about...
of a place rather than the place itself.
A house is mainly where your stuff is. Home, on the other hand, is where you just long to be.
Home is a mess with an endless list of chores to do.
Piece of March.
אבטיח קר, מרק עוף של אמא.
Fantastic. I thought that was beautiful. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I love the touch at the end where they all take out their mobile phones. That was great phenomenon.
I really, just took myself away. It's really good, and just such a lovely thing, such a lovely evening for it as well with the sunset there. Yeah, super.
Well, it makes you think about what's going on, but I don't know. It was a bit different to what I was expecting.
Making us wear the masks, although it was quite scary when you pull your mask down, was a fantastic thing to really listen.
I thought it was amazing. It's just very moving, really powerful.
And I've just complimented the composer here because I think what she's done
And what I said to her was, she's given a voice to the people who can no longer speak and do no longer need to speak for what they experienced. I could hear those voices from generations ago and generations to come.
Pretty good, I thought. Not bad.
I thought so. It was really moving.
It was.
I mean, it always has been, even in rehearsal.
It has been.
I think it went really well. Yeah, I was really pleased with how it sounded, and because we didn't know how it was going to sound with a full audience in front of us.
I think it was that sense of it being a world premiere, and everyone had put an awful lot into it and wanted it to go well and to impact on the audience.
Yeah,
really,
I didn't feel the emotion before until today.
Yeah, it was great. I want to do it again now. It'd be nice to do it a second time. Yeah, really would.
It went really well. Oh, thank goodness. People really like wearing the masks. A few people were upset, which was sad, but I guess it meant it moved them. And I'm so relieved.
Home is closed.